Hey folks, Charlie Sims here. Welcome to my channel. Hope you are having a lovely day and thank you for joining me for a speed build. And today we are building a cute little kind of English countryside looking home here in Windenburg. We're actually on the Shrieking Llama lot, so the lot where the bar is. I discovered this for my last build, actually, for my build about a book lover. Oh, I built it for a sim who loved books. I'll actually link that now. But yeah, this home, I think I'm going to call it Too Many Plants, Home with Too Many Plants. Who am I to judge? But there is a lot of plants in this home. Of course, we got the blooming rooms kit the other day, and yeah, this is me basically like using that kit. I don't have it as soon as I start building, so I start just cluttering up the house and furnishing it with a lot of plants in general, and then we add the ones from the new pack as soon as I get the new pack, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get this build out as quick if I'd have waited until the pack actually came out. But yeah, just like I'll slow the video right down and kind of like we'll take a look at the swatches of each of the items that we get. But the items that we've got, like I haven't actually counted how many we've got. Like, it's a kit, so we haven't got too much content, but the plants we have got are some of the most usable plants in the game, and I had to delete like a few of the base game plants that I put down because the detail is like amazing. Like, we've got plants that you'd actually see in real life in The Sims now, which is great, and I actually think they really go with Dream Home Decorator. There's a lot of like modern looking plants, which is great. So yeah, I end up adding a little conservatory on the side of this house. So the shape's quite simple. We tend to get quite simple shaped homes in the UK, and even though we are in Windenburg, this lot really reminded me of the English countryside. I really like that it's close to a road. A lot of the houses in England are close to roads. We don't have a lot of land because England is so small. I'm speaking about England so much because I'm from England and that's kind of my only reference point. But we do add a conservatory on the back for a little bit of interest. Yeah, I think it's quite nice. I end up changing it. Well, it ends up being like a second living room with some plants. Nothing major, just like a few plants. I was thinking of making it like a conservatory just full of plants, but it was quite small, and I thought it'd be nice to have like a different seating area in the home, because yeah, this home is it's quite small, but like it's a good size. I didn't want to make anything too big, so this is actually a 2-bedroom, and then there's a half bath downstairs and then a bigger bathroom upstairs, and the bedrooms are quite small as well, but the garden is huge. I don't put an awful lot in the garden. Yeah, it's mostly just kind of like I put a tree in the garden, and then there's a lot of like kind of unkept shrubbery. Quite like the look of that, but I mean, you could certainly add some animals, like the chicken coop, or maybe even possibly one of the llama coops. You would just have to like extend the fence maybe to make it a bit bigger, the surrounding fence, and I think you could even put that in. But yeah, back to my point about the base game plants. So I ended up like removing a few of the base game plants because they just kind of they didn't look as detailed as the other plants we have now with the blooming kit pack. And yeah, it would be really good to have some of the objects updated. I know there's like a lot of things that are being updated in the base game at the moment. So yeah, it would be good to maybe update the texture of the plants. I mean, I'm not holding out on it. We have I think we have enough plants now that we have the new kit now, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the amount of plants we have, to be honest. But yeah, now I'm furnishing the little half bathroom, so it's just a downstairs toilet, but it's so small that I can't actually fit a sink in, so I ended up kind of sizing down this shelf from Paranormal Stuff, and then I used that under a mirror, and I think that looks nice. So obviously you'd have to go either upstairs, or maybe your sim would by default go into the kitchen. I'm not. They tend to go wherever's the closest sink, right? So just whichever is the closest. But I thought that looked quite nice. Yeah, and now we are on to the living room and the kitchen. I kind of, at this point, I'm moving about a little bit, so that I can work out the shape of things, just in case I need to like move the layout around. And I did actually do the floor plan off camera, because as I said, it was quite small, so it would have just been me constantly turning the camera, pausing, thinking. So I thought I'd do that off camera, and we actually end up changing this floor, so it ends up being a slate in the end, and I think that looks nice. It ends up being black slate, so at the moment we've got like quite light laminate, and I just thought it was just a bit too light. I always use this laminate as well, and I wanted to do something a little bit different, but I think the black slate really works. I think that looks really nice. But yeah, I thought I'd use the new base game kitchen counters. Well, I mean, I guess they're not new, but the colour swatch is new, and I actually really like it. I think it's really usable now, but this is actually my first time using it. I'm still using predominantly the not the Dream Home Decorator, the country kitchen, not the country kitchen kit, our most recent pack, Cottage Living. We've got so many packs now, but yeah, the Cottage Living kitchen, I'm still using that all the time. I think it's so nice. But yeah, you will have seen me like pull it out, and then I thought to myself, no, let's use something different. And yeah, so those base game counters actually go really nice with these Dream Home Decorator cabinets, and then I'm just using some open shelving. I end up just having the one shelf, because the other shelf is too high to actually put anything on. It would have just been the ceiling would have clipped that, so I end up removing that. And yeah, we're just cluttering the kitchen up, just trying to make it look a little bit lived in. So it's a nice galley kitchen, and yeah, I think we've got at least one or possibly two counters that you can cook on, and then of course you can remove any of the objects if you want to like cook. If you download this and you want to cook as a family, which is like one of the options that we can do in The Sims now. But yeah, really wanted to add that hutch, but I ended up removing it. And yeah, we're just changing the floor plan a little bit so that I've got a bit more kitchen space. And then this living room also ends up being a platform down, so playing around with platforms a little bit. We've got like a bit of a step up to the front door, and that just meant that we've got some platforms in place, as you can see in the conservatory. But yeah, so this is the living room / dining room. So as you can see, there's not too much room in here, but yeah. So there's a door to the kitchen, and then from the kitchen you can get into the conservatory, and that's just a very small conservatory. And I end up just putting another couch and a little telly in the conservatory with some plants. But yeah, this is like the main living space. So yeah, this is the start of the plant clutter, I guess. So yeah, just add in a little snake plant. I have like 5 plants or something, which is quite, I mean, considering I'm still looking for somewhere to live, I think 5 plants is quite a lot of plants to have when you don't actually have a home yet. So but one of them is actually a snake plant, so I actually know some of the names of plants now. But yeah, a couple that we get in the new pack. We get a calathea, which is like a plant that I own as well, and yeah, I just looked at it like, oh, this is so realistic. Yeah, it's really great. I am really impressed with the pack overall. I think the stuff is really nice, and as I said, it's quite modern, so I think it would go quite nice with Dream Home Decorator if you kind of like Dream Home Decorator and that kind of look on the interior. Because Dream Home Decorator was predominantly interior, there wasn't many build items, just I think like one wallpaper. But yeah, I end up making the back wall have this wallpaper as well, and this is the wallpaper from Cottage Living, which I quite like. The rest of the house is kind of just grey, but I wanted that to have some wallpaper, and yeah, I think that goes nice with the black slate when we change it. It also tones down that room a little bit because it's extremely bright, and yeah, I just do prefer the black slate. Yeah, and now like I made a little mezzanine, a kind of balcony section as well off camera, and yeah, we end up having 2 quite small bedrooms and then quite a big bathroom actually, which is nice because it's always a good place to put plants in bathrooms as well. And as I said, I just wanted to put as many plants as possible in this home. So yeah, we'll go on to it when we I'll talk about it more when we get to it, but I was envisioning that some parents, or maybe just one parent, lived here, and then their child who's a teenage sim or at university. I think the room kind of caters to both. But yeah, for now, I'm just cluttering up that shelf from the country kitchen kit. Yeah, just thought it was looking a bit bare on that one side, but then I didn't want to put cabinets down because it's a galley kitchen, so I didn't want it to seem really enclosed and like it was, yeah, just like cabinet, no kind of headspace, if that makes sense. I didn't want it to look like you were just going to knock your head on either side of the kitchen, so that's why there's just an open shelf rather than a cabinet. I thought that might have been a bit much. And yeah, I think this is all the kitchen clutter. Just kind of coming back to a few things. Just using the tool mod now to lower that mirror that just naturally sits quite high on that floor. Not floor, wall. Yeah, and now I thought it would be nice to add something that looked like herbs, but we end up getting something like that with the new kit, so I swapped that out later. But yeah, like I think that looks fine, but yeah, the one that we get with the blooming kits is like a lot nicer, and then I thought it would be nice to kind of match the cottage living kitchen sink with the base game counters, and I think that worked. I guess the interior is quite modern, apart from like the wallpaper, I guess, but I was thinking that was like a stylistic choice rather than just old wallpaper. Yeah, I ended up using this bright yellow couch from Parenthood. So this is, you've probably worked it out, but this isn't pack restricted in any way. I just kind of wanted to go all out and just have fun building and use whatever I wanted, but soon I will have to do a pack restricted build because I've got a couple of builds in the pipeline and they're not pack restricted, and then my last one wasn't pack restricted either, and whilst they're fun, I would like to make my builds more downloadable to people that don't have every single pack. So yeah, coming soon to the channel will be some more pack restricted builds, and if you've got any ideas on the kind of pack combinations you'd like to see, then I would love to hear from you. I tend to go cats and dogs, and then yeah, I think it's always cats and dogs, so it would be cool if you've got any thoughts about like a unique combination, that would be good. And of course I could always use James Turner's random pack generator. That might be quite interesting as like a video idea. But yeah, now we're into the bathroom and kind of play about with the tiles in here. Because yeah, for ages, like, I didn't know. I didn't want to make it like super posh, but I also wanted it to look modern. So yeah, play about with this a little bit. And yeah, they've got a double sinks. This is quite a big bathroom. So yeah, they haven't got a shower, they've only got a bath, but I thought the bath looked better with all the plants, and that's the main point of the build, really, just house with too many plants. So yeah, I thought that was just too much white, and then I didn't like this. I wanted it to be a little bit more posh, but not that posh. So yeah, just playing about with it a little bit, and I can't even remember which wallpaper I end up choosing now. Ah, right, that one. Yeah, so we still go with the dark theme, but it's not all black. It's like a black and white. Yeah, and I'm using this carpet as well from, where is this from? Dine Out. Yeah, I never use this carpet, but I thought it would be nice to have carpet upstairs. That's what you tend to get in England as well. I was like heavily inspired by houses that I've seen lately. I'm doing like some house hunting, but the market is like a little bit crazy at the moment. So yeah, I don't know what it's like with around your neck of the woods, but in England, yeah, it's just a bit crazy at the moment. Like I've never seen it like this in the whole, like, my parents have bought houses, and then, you know, you get rejected for offering over the asking price, which is just crazy. But yeah, it's just a seller's market at the moment. Why did I go into that? Oh yeah, so I've been looking at houses a lot, and offering, and then being rejected for my offer, because as well, you don't get told like other people's offers, so you just kind of, it's just a bit of a shot in the dark, really. And I've been like outbid a couple of times, but it's meant that I've gone to a lot of house viewings, and yeah, I've got like a lot of inspiration to build like English kind of homes, which is nice because we have like a lot of, you know, English inspired worlds, really. As I said, like, this bit of Windenburg, even though I think it's based on, I don't know, Germany, possibly, this feels really English countryside to me. And then, of course, we have Brychester, I think it's called. Oh, I don't think that's what it's called. But anyway, the world we got with Discover University, which is heavily based on Oxford, I think. And then, of course, Cotswolds, which is actually very close to Oxford, which is what inspired cottage living. So, you know, it's a good time to look at houses, because we have a lot of lots where I could just do little English homes. So yeah, enjoying that. But yeah, this garden is quite simple. I end up adding a little barbecue, and yeah, just I wanted the front garden to be quite unkept. That just seems quite realistic to me. But yeah, I think the back garden is kind of where they sit out and enjoy. Again, like in England, you don't tend to have too much in your garden because, you know, there's not that much. We don't get that much nice weather, so yeah, the weather's not that nice often anyway. I think we get like, I don't know, a couple of months a year or whatever where we sit out. So yeah, not. I was going to say, like, not many people do have things in their garden, but I know that since lockdown, you know, people have been getting hot tubs and things because it was actually really hot over lockdown. But yeah, now we are working on, I guess, the parent bedroom. And yeah, this is a small bedroom. So I've got my test sim. So this house is actually fully tested. But yeah, like they could not get to the other side of the bed. So if you've got the scoot functionality, you can have 2 sims here. Otherwise, it'll just be the 1 sim in this room. But yeah, now I'm using the new curtains that we got with the update, the swatch update in their new swatch. And yeah, just adding some shelving. This is quite cluttered as well. I think I end up adding a hanging plant. I can't remember. But yeah, I like that shelving because there's a plant on it. So yeah, and I also change the colour scheme of this room a little bit. I feel like it's looking really dark, so I just lighten it up a little bit. There we go, pinks and kind of lighter woods. Because yeah, I think like the grey with the dark blue and the black was just looking like a bit dark for me. But I do quite like this colour scheme. This dresser from City Living kind of fit great under that window, so I'm adding that, and then I'm just cluttering up with plants, of course, and just, yeah, other miscellaneous items. And then we go into, yeah, so this is the teenager's room, or young adult who's at university and working from home. But yeah, the idea behind this was that they are actually a textiles student, so I end up adding like that diary that we got from Nifty Knitting with like the yarn, and I end up adding some magazines and an easel, and I just kind of thought that they were doing textiles or some sort of craft at uni. I mean, I know you actually can't do that at uni, but yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind. So yeah, I end up adding some magazines, and yeah, maybe that's their inspiration for clothes or whatever. I also add a camera on top of that, just like everything that you would need if you're a textile student, I think. I didn't add a knitting basket though, so my bad with that. But I was rapidly running out of room. So yeah, apart from that, oh yeah, I end up adding that board as well. So we changed desks so that I can use that kind of at that mood board that we got with Dream Home Decorator, and then the desk that we got with Dream Home Decorator, because I like that it's got a ruler. Yeah, it looks like that they're on some sort of design course, I was thinking. So yeah, that's why like there's an easel in the corner, and then the other thing we put is just yeah, like a set of drawers so that they can you know, get ready. And this room is pretty cluttered because it's small. So I find that, yeah, like rooms tend to be cluttered when they're small, and, you know, if this is the only kind of space that, you know, this young adult teenager has, then, you know, it makes sense. But yeah, just adding some nail polishes and just some other stuff that a young adult might have. So I added a diary as well, and then they've got their little painting station, and yeah, I just tested that works. And yeah, I can't remember the colours. I think we might just go plain white because it's so cluttered. I didn't want like a really busy wallpaper, so yeah, I think we just leave it like that. But I think that looks really good. Nice to utilise the bunk beds as well. They're still really coming in handy for small rooms. And yeah, there's just a little mirror as well, because like, of course, they get ready in that room, they study in that room. So, but anyway, now we have the new kit. So I'm just looking at this hanging plant, which is quite huge actually. It comes down quite far. We've also got the cutest little plant pot here, just looking at some of the swatches there, and then we've got some, what are they called, like test tubes with plants in as well. It's like a little bit quirky. We've got this plant stand, that plant which I love, that looks a little bit like a calathea. It's a bit small though, so I used the tool mod again to scale it. I scaled it by about 0.85, I think. So not quite. I didn't quite double it because it's a bit too big doubled as well. Love this plant as well. Love all of the stands that we get. This is another plant that's got some very nice swatches on. As you can see, we've got this one with some fruit on. I do end up adding that somewhere, and this might be my favourite item. So we've got like this kind of herb shelf, and I really enjoyed adding that. And I'm pretty sure I moved those herbs, or do I just leave them? Oh right, I just leave them. Okay. We've got this lovely like kind of living wall decoration. I think that looks really nice in the dark swatch. This shelf, which I will probably never use because the shape is really funky. I just can't see myself using it. Yeah. Anyway, this I love. Some things aren't going to be for everyone, but I really like that. I ended up putting it on the outside. I was a bit gutted I didn't have room in the small conservatory to add it, because I think you definitely could add something like that in your conservatory. But yeah, I just added it outside. I think it looks really nice outside. Love that as well. I think that's really nice. I really like that we've got, oh yeah, there we go. We have like a standing lamp as well, but I thought that was a bit much. We have that light that I later add. This that I later add, I just wasn't sure where to put it, but I ended up putting it over the front door. I think that looks really nice. Yeah, I'm just adding that plant again. Love the textures on that as well, and yeah, those are some of the swatches. So I have slowed it right down. It's like 4 times instead of 6 times the speed, so hopefully that's enough for you to just kind of take in all of the different items that we've got. But so yeah, I end up using this light kind of here, and that's got some nice swatches as well. Yeah, very nice all in all. I'm not sure whether I'll ever use this coffee table. Why would you have that? I don't know. It just doesn't seem that practical. Maybe I will one day. It just doesn't seem that practical. Got some lovely swatches for that. So, and it goes really nice with like the vines as well. Got a bit of a shelving unit with some boots on that you can maybe put in a garage or again a conservatory. I'm gonna have to do like I could not fit it in, so I'm gonna have to do like another little house with a bigger conservatory for maybe like a green thumb sim or something, because I just did not have the room. But yeah, we pull out a few more objects soon. So yeah, there's a few I don't like. Like I don't like the coffee table. It's a bit out there for me. Like, why would you want that? I can just imagine, and I know it's The Sims, but I can just imagine like bugs under your coffee table. I don't know. It just seems like a bit too much plant soil, if that makes sense. And anyway, I'm just kind of decorating this. Like, we've got an open mezzanine, and then we've got this. I needed to cover the bathroom, so I just thought that would be nice to be like a bit of a plant shelf, and I think that works out nice. Yeah, just adding some artwork now. Yeah, I thought I was going to use that big shelf, but it's just really bulky and not really. It's just a really unusual shape. Maybe I'll find somewhere where it really fits in. And then lastly, we add like that living wall again to the bathroom as well. And this is basically the build. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more content from me, please hit subscribe. Bye for now.